More news on how violent drug cartels are now taking advantage of the U.S. The country has been distracted by chaos over COVID-19 shutdowns and riots. Drug cartels are now sending historically high amounts of hard drugs across America's borders. CBP Acting Commissioner Mark Morgan reporting that the amount of meth, for example, now seized at the border already double the levels of fiscal 2019. Let's welcome back former top border guy Tom Homan. It's great to have you back on, Tom. It's great to see you again. Fentanyl, the seizures are up 30%. The spike in marijuana, 25,000 pounds, already more than 2019. Your reaction?
Well, there's two things happening here. First of all, the cartels are trying to make up for lost money. You know, the same cartels that smuggle people. Since President Trump's been so successful on the border and illegal immigration is down 60 to 80%, they're losing that human smuggling money, so they're going to make up for it with drugs smuggling. However, at the same time, since the immigration numbers are down, illegal immigration is down because of what President Trump did, especially the family units. Border Patrol has more people on the line. They're more vigilant, so they're going to be seizing more drugs. Because remember, Liz, during the family crisis, Border Patrol said 50 to 6% of our agents are no longer on the line. They're changing diapers, making formula, making baby runs. Half the Border Patrol wasn't on the line. Now they're all on the line. They're vigilant, and they're attacking the cartels.
You know, trafficking of drugs and human beings, it's reflected in increased violence suffered in Mexican border towns where the drugs are smuggled. South of the border, we've talked about this, the homicides per capita is higher than the Middle East. Acting Chief Morgan says drug cartels are using new and innovative ways to smuggle drugs. El Paso, Texas, nearly 160 pounds of liquid meth passed off as bottled water. Your reaction?
Look, the cartels are sophisticated. They're always trying to stay one step ahead of law enforcement. They're, even the money, they use cryptocurrency and bitcoins. I mean, they know that paper money can be seized, it can be found. So not only are they trying to hide the drugs and come up with many different sophisticated ways of hiding the narcotics, they're even hiding the finances and the banking system. So the cartels are sophisticated. They're not like you saw back in the 60s and 70s. These are well-trained, very smart people who try to stay one step ahead of law enforcement. But luckily, our law enforcement officers are keeping up with them.
Your reaction to this story, we've been talking about this, ICE arresting more than 2,000 criminal illegal aliens during a month-and-a-half nationwide operation that lasted through August. ICE arrested more than 300 illegal aliens in 7 counties in California, major felonies that they were wanted for, assault, battery, burglary, child abuse, spousal abuse. California is a sanctuary state. Your reaction to this story?
First of all, the numbers would be a lot higher if California actually worked with ICE. But when they walk out, ICE, one agent can sit in the LA County jail and process 10 criminal aliens a day. But when LA County releases those people, now a whole team has to go into the neighborhood and try to find this person. Find somebody that doesn't have a footprint because they don't have credit cards and bank accounts, and find somebody that don't want to be found. So it's a lot harder, a lot more dangerous. It's a public safety issue. And the numbers are impressive because it takes a lot of work to do this, but they would be triple and quadruple that number if they actually were able to access the jail, which is a much safer environment to arrest a public safety threat.
All right, Tom Homan, it's always great to have you on. Thanks for your perspective, sir. Come back soon.